Hello, welcome to the live stream. Today we're going to be going over stretching to stretch away stiffness in the legs. So if this is your first time, I'm Greg, and I'm here to help you using exercise science to help you move a little bit more effectively each day. So today we're going to get right into it because it's going to be a shorter live stream. So we're going to start right in stretching the major muscle groups of your legs. So this is going to be follow along stretching. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat and I will get to them as quick as I can. So what we're going to start with is a stretch for the quads. So those are the muscles right in the front of the thigh. For that, we're actually going to do this laying down. So this is a laying down stretch. You're going to put one hand to support your upper body. With the other hand, you're going to reach around and grab your ankle. From here, you're going to bring your heel towards the back of your hips till you feel a stretch on the front of your thigh. So I like this one because you have the ground to act as a barrier for your knee, so your knee has to be in line with your hip. You can't go forward to make that muscle shorten and where you lose that stretch of the hip. So this is a great variation, especially if you're worried about your hip flexors as well. You'll stretch both the hip flexor and the muscles at the knee. You should feel this across the entire front of your thigh. Now, if you can't reach your foot, what you can do instead is use a belt or a towel to wrap around your ankle. Show that one real quick. I'm going to use a stretch strap, but anything that's a long piece of fabric or something that's somewhat durable is going to work. So what you can do is wrap that around your ankle and hold the towel instead, or anything, towel, like I said, towel or a belt will work just fine. Pulling up to the back till you feel that stretch, and then eventually you might be able to work to where you can grab your ankle as well. And then holding that stretch for 20 seconds. As you feel the muscle, you might feel the muscle loosen up a little bit. You can pull a little bit further up towards your hip, keeping that constant stretch in the quads. Hey, how's it going? And then switch to the other side. Hey, Chronic Edits. It's been a little bit. How have you been? So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So using your arm for support, reaching around, grabbing your ankles, stretching the quads, pulling up to the back. You should feel that stretch on the front of your thigh. And you want to hold at least 20 seconds on these. Feeling that stretch across the front of your leg. You might feel it all the way up into your hip. And relax. Bingo says, hello, I am new. What is happening? So Bingo, we're doing stretching for the legs. This is going to be follow along stretching, so I'll show you how to do them and then we can do them together. If you have any questions, let me know. So this is doing flexibility for the legs. So we're targeting the large muscles of the thigh right now. So now we're going to do a stretch for the hamstrings, which run across the back of your thigh. You go all the way from your hip to the back of your knee. So for this one, you're going to be standing up, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're stretching this front leg. So for this, what you're going to do is you're going to stick your butt out as you lean forward towards your toe. Now you want to really push your hips back because you don't want to round at your back. You want to push back, trying to keep your back straight. You should feel a stretch along the back of your thigh and then hold that stretch. If you want to, you can put your hands on top of your leg. The more straight your back and leg, the more intense this stretch is. Rated says, what's this for? You're definitely gonna be a great content creator. Hey, thank you, Rated. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. If you need to, you can support yourself on a wall or anything to hang onto like a chair, or put your hands on your leg to help balance. You should feel like it's a pretty intense stretch in the back of your thigh though. And then same thing on the other leg. So 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Stick your butt out and lean towards the front, keeping that back straight as you can. Bingo asks, so do you work out? Yeah, I do. Do a lot of resistance training using mostly dumbbells and body weight. And then some of the pull-up bar. Zamira says hi. Hi, Zamira. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we're working on flexibility for the thigh muscles, especially for those legs, working on the hamstring. And then relax. All right, next thing we're gonna do is for the deep muscles in the hip socket. This is called a seated figure 4. So in a chair, you're going to put 1 foot up at your knee. This is the leg we're gonna be stretching. So you should feel this deep in the hip socket of this leg. So you're gonna bring your foot up to your knee, then bring your chest down to your foot till you feel a stretch in that hip, in that bent knee. It's called a figure 4 because you're kind of creating a 4 shape with your 2 legs. So bring your chest down towards your foot till you feel that stretch, and then hold. Bingo says, so is it possible to stretch it too much? So if you are if it hurts and continues to hurt after, I'd say that's where you've stretched it too much. So I would go to where you don't feel pain, but you feel tension. If there's pain, especially continuing pain, that's where you know you've gone too far with the stretch. So there's new studies being done about using stretching for hypertrophy or building muscle mass, where they stretch for 15 minutes to an hour. But on those, they're stretching to where there's discomfort but not pain. So I would say anytime you're going towards that pain level, that's where it's gonna be too much. And same thing on the other side, doing that figure 4. So bring your foot to your knee, and then bring your chest down towards your foot till you feel a stretch in the side deep in that hip socket on the bent leg. Pushing down and hold that stretch. I find this stretch is very commonly missed. I like to do it because it really helps keep I feel like my hips tighten up if I don't do this, and that affects everything down the legs for me. So it's sort of giving my body a good foundation to start from. If the hips aren't good or the ankles aren't good, then it's hard to do things at the knee. And then relax. All right, now we're gonna go a little further down to the front of the shin. So this is a muscle called tibialis anterior. Runs right here across the sort of outside front of your shin. So you're going to step back with 1 foot. That's the foot that we're gonna be stretching. So you are stretching right in here. So from here, you're gonna push your toe down into the ground. You should feel a stretch in the front of your shin, sort of pushing down and towards the outside, and hold that position. Bingo asks, so are we going to use weights in this session? I hadn't planned to use weights. If you have questions you'd like answered, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. But today we're not focusing so much on weights unless you have a specific question you want then I can definitely answer that for you, or I'll do my best to answer that for you. And same thing on the other side. So 1 foot back, we're stretching that foot and pushing down the toe, feeling the stretch on the front of the shin, right in here. So Bingo, you asked about working out and about doing weights. Are you looking to work out with weights? Or do you work out with weights? You do? That's awesome. Very good. So do you tend to do dumbbells or free weights or machines? And relax. All right, we're going to go to a runner's stretch now. So we're going to do a standing runner's stretch. These are for the muscles on the front of the thigh and hip. They go from actually the spine down into the femur or thigh bone. So what you're going to do is 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're going to be stretching this back leg. From here, you're going to bend your knee and keep your back foot on the ground, pushing your hips forward until you feel that stretch across the front of your thigh. Oh, you use dumbbells. I like dumbbells. They're so versatile and you can do a lot with them. Where basically any exercise can get adapted for dumbbells. Where the barbell, some of the exercises are a little awkward, but the dumbbells can do so much more. So if you're just going for one piece of equipment, dumbbells are a great option. Feel stretch across the front of your back hip, deepen those hip flexors. I like dumbbells and I like resistance bands. Those are really, I find, the most versatile pieces of equipment. You can do pretty much 95% of all exercises with just those. And then same thing other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're stretching this back leg. So you're gonna bend your knee, pushing your hips forward, feeling stretch across the front of your back leg. This is called a standing runner stretch. There's also a kneeling runner stretch where you can do it like this. Today we're gonna go for the standing one. You might feel it back into your calf as well, back into here. If you feel like it's too intense, you can lift your heel a little bit up off the ground to take it less off the calf and more into the hip flexor. All right, now we're going to actually stretch the calf more directly. So what you're going to do is put your toe against a wall. So your heel is on the ground and your toe is pressed up against a wall. Then you're going to bring your chest towards that wall till you feel a stretch in the back of your calf. If you're just joining us, we're working on flexibility for the legs, stretching away stiffness in a lot of the major muscle groups of the lower body. So our goal is my goal is to help you guys using exercise science to help everyone move a little bit more effectively. So we're working on flexibility today, keeping those muscles healthy and mobile. How often would you guys say that you stretch? Like every day or every other day, maybe when you work out? Or do you more rely on using resistance training and weight training to increase flexibility? Some people do that. That's an okay thing to do. I find I need to prioritize a little bit of extra flexibility on top of resistance training. You get some from doing weights or body weight exercises, but I find that it helps to add a little extra flexibility in. And then same thing, stretching the calf, putting your toe against the wall, and then heel on the ground, and then bring your chest towards the wall, feeling the stretch in the back of your calf. Right back in here, probably up to the back of the knee. You might feel it all the way down to the back of the ankle though. So knees straight, chest towards the wall till you feel that stretch. We have one more stretch to do after this one. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll see if I can answer them for you. But like I said, it's going to be a shorter day today, just targeting a lot of the major muscle groups of the legs. Any stretch we do, we want to hold for at least 20 seconds. You should feel tension, but no pain. All right, so the last stretch we're going to do is for the adductors of the hip. These run from the inner part of your hip all the way down to right around your knee. So we're going to do a frog stretch. So for this, you're going to go onto your knees and rest on your elbows. From here, you're going to walk your knees out to the side as far out as you can. The further you go, the more stretch it's going to be. So you should feel a stretch on the inner part of your thigh. And then hold that position. This is called a frog stretch. Let me show it from the front. So go in here. Let me back up a little bit. And then bring your knees out to the sides. There we go. Making sure I can be seen by the camera. So bringing your knees out to the sides and your chest down towards the ground. Feeling a stretch on the inner part of your thigh. And hold for 20. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Try and drop your chest down towards the ground. The closer you get down towards the ground with your hips and chest, the more of a stretch it's going to be. So if it's too intense, you can always go up onto your hands and then slowly drop down as you're more able. And relax. All right. So thank you everyone for being here. If you're interested in this sort of content and want to support the channel, I'd love it if you guys could hit that share button and share it with someone you know would benefit from getting a little more flexibility or a little more activity. Or just someone you think, hey, they would like this. So thank you guys for being here, and I hope to see you guys next time.